Welcome to the Konqr Show. My name is Zach.
My name is Yusuf.
And this is an unedited, raw, one-take look at the reason why we started Konqr and the vision behind the entire brand and what we're trying to push. It's going to be a mix of a whole bunch of things, topics that we personally talk about on a daily basis, whether it be political, real life, things that we've experienced, health, fitness, business, and everything in between. And we just wanted to basically put it out there that if there is something that we've experienced and something that we talk about, that maybe it could benefit someone out there and help you guys in any way possible, whether it be a little bit or a lot. So
we decided to come up with this idea of doing this little show or broadcast or podcast, and we're going to be talking about everything that we go through in our life and our experiences, the things that we do at work, the things that we do behind the scenes that no one sees and gets to a final result or a final product. Also personal comments on things that happens in the world and situations that we've been through for our entire life. So we're going to start with first, Zach is going to explain a little bit our brand Konqr, where it came from, what's behind the brand, the logo, the name of the brand, and then we're going to get started with one of the subjects that we're going to link to our brand and the community that we're creating behind our brand Konqr.
So basically, at the beginning of this pandemic, timeline figure between middle of March, when all this really started, I was kind of backed into a corner of the fact that my construction company that I run during the summer, which is a family business, hasn't started yet. My season hadn't started. And my DJ business, which I've been continuously pushing and tirelessly working on for the last, give or take 10 years, just kind of stopped. So for the first time in about, I would say 7 to 8 years, I really had a month or two to myself and a month or two of time that basically I was doing nothing. And it gave me a lot of freedom to work on a whole bunch of different things. So as a person that likes to do a lot of different things and branch out and diversify in my life, I kind of went into research mode onto what can I possibly do? What can I add to my plate that is something that I'm passionate about, that is something that I want to do, something that I've always wanted to do but never had the time. And everything led back to apparel, a fashion brand, and health and fitness. So everything then came full circle, and I started working on a fitness brand, whether it be just workouts or just health or just clothing. All I knew was that I wanted to be in that sphere of the industry. And the first basically process was the name. So it took me about a month and a half of just every single day writing down names, writing down things that came to mind. I wanted it to be something fierce. I wanted it to be something that invoked a feeling of kind of pushing boundaries and pushing towards your goals no matter what the outcome may be and no matter what stands in your way. And this underlying theme of conquering anything that was in front of you kept coming back to mind. At the end I went through, I think, 20 pages of just names, whether it be the most random things from an animal to a word or an acronym. And at the end of the day, I kept coming back to this theme of conquering what is in front of you. So then I started playing with the word conquer until I came up with the formulation of the KONQR, basically a shortened version of the word conquer that I feel like is more to the point and punchy than the standard word conquer. So once I had that, I met with my cousin who is a graphic designer, and he was the one that did the whole conceptualization of the logo, and we started going back and forth about logos of different themes and different ideas, and we got driven towards this mountain look. And the whole idea with the logo being split up into different segments of a mountain is that in life, as you climb the mountain of life, there's different phases, and there's different challenges that you basically get faced with, and you have to overcome them. Yep. And basically that led to the whole coming full circle to the point of everything. And it's spreading positivity and really instilling in people and in our community around us that anything is possible. I don't care what anybody says, anything is possible. And if you really set your mind to it, you can achieve whatever you want to achieve, and you could overcome any challenge that is put in front of you. And then after all that, and kind of throughout the process, Yusuf and I were talking about it, and we kind of bonded on the fact that we've both been through a lot of stuff in our lives that no one really knew about, and a lot of challenges that we both faced, and we kind of bonded on this concept of, I want to be a part of this. This is going to be something big, and this is something that I believe in heavily. And then he said, I want to be a part of this. I don't want to stay doing what I'm doing. And I think it's time that I share my side of the story and my side of what I had to overcome and the challenges that I had, big or small, to get to where I am. And it was just something that we both felt was a very important message to pass on to a community. And that's where the whole Konqr community starts to be built. So, like, for you, what was, like, when I came to you with the idea, and when we first started brainstorming this Konqr idea, I'm wearing one of the shirts right now. This shirt took 3 months just to manufacture and go through samples and everything. And that's after we had the whole concept of the brand. But when I came to you with the concept of what I wanted to do, what was it like? What did it trigger for you that was like something that you knew? Like, I always say, like, when an opportunity is put in front of you, you know that you need to get involved. Whether it be something that you never thought you'd be involved in, or something that you've always wanted to do and now the opportunity arises. Yeah. Like, for you, what was that moment where you really felt that, like, this was something that you really need to be involved in?
I'm an entrepreneur, and I love taking different opportunities and getting involved in different businesses and especially with Konqr, with all the idea of Konqr and the idea of the community and being part of a community and helping a community and conquering all the things that you put in front of you as dreams or things that you want to achieve. So you put it in front of you and you're like, no, I'm not gonna just achieve it and be happy with what I'm doing now. No, I want to get it to the maximum, to attend the next level, to attend the last step that I can attend in this industry, or it's a business, or it's a sports, or whatever. And I had a little bit of complications with studying, because I hated studying, and I was always I would prefer working than studying, and I started working as an assistant director very young, so it pushed me to the way of like, no, I want to work, I don't want to study. So I never finished my degrees to get a university degree, but I still went to institution for cinema and everything, and I started pursuing this because I love it and it's my dream and it's my career. But today I ended up doing 5 different other things and 5 different other directions completely that has nothing to do with what I was doing in the cinema, but because I had opportunities and I attacked them in the right time. And as you mentioned, nothing is impossible. And it's for me, someone that says that it's impossible or I don't want to get involved in something, that's just someone who's scared. And we've talked about it a lot of times, is scared of failure, but you cannot never achieve something and get to a point that it to be a success if you don't fail a lot of times, because failure is going to make you learn a lot of things through all the way that you're going to get to the success. It's not going to come like this. You wake up in the morning and say, okay, I have this project and this project is made. No, you have to try it 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 times. For example, for Konqr, it took 3-4 months to create a t-shirt, but in maybe a year, we're going to be able to create another t-shirt that's much better than the one that we have right now. Mm-hmm. And this is what it's all about, to listen to people and to listen to the feedback and to take it always as positive, not negative, and say, okay, you know what, we're going to just close it tomorrow because this person didn't like it. No, why did this person didn't like this? And what can we change? And what can we do? And what can we adjust? And what can we adapt? So the fact behind conquering all what you want to do in your life and what you want to, and it's always pushing and it's always being supportive and it's always being positive and spreading this positivity and support and love through a community. This is the key, and this is what I find the power and the motivation behind all what we're always having on mind and what we always want to push and what we always want to get to.
Okay, so now, given that, and given the fact that like social media has allowed people to put on this big front of a life. Yeah. So whether it's real or not, you don't really know when you're following someone on social media, whether it be a huge personality or someone that you know from the city. Do you believe heavily on the fact that that has impacted the risk people are willing to take in their lives because they're afraid of what the public might feel?
Of course. Social media now, it's a disaster, especially for all the teenagers and all the people that goes on social media and they look up to people that they really have nothing like behind what they're showing on their social media and the fake, like all the memes that we see in real life and on Instagram and this and that. And the problem is that now we're obliged to be part of social media and to be always on social media and to be part of this bubble because of our businesses and where we are right now, that even if you don't want to do it, that means you never be seen because you have to be part of the trend or whatever that's happening. And it's now far to compete with it to a level that a lot of people took advantage of that. And all the teenagers and all the kids, they need to start looking into it in a different way. And of course, this comes the job of their parents or whatever to try to give them the knowledge and educate them differently. Because other than that, they're going to think that everything that's happening on social media and what they see from the influencers or whatever, that this is real life and this is that life is beautiful and everyone is on the beach and everyone is enjoying and everyone has money. This is not true. So to get to this point, you have to see all the track that they went through, or for example, your parents went through to get to this level. But now with social media, they don't see it. They just on social media and they see and they post and this and that. So it's behind the screen. All the people are now hiding behind the screen, which is also causes a lot of problems because the person that you're reflecting on social media, it's not the same person that it's behind the screen posting or putting stuff on social media, because you can post that you're very happy, but you're not. And you're having problems in your life. You have mental issues, you have this, you have that, but you're just covering it with the fact of posting very beautiful stuff and very beautiful things on social media because you want people to think of you that you're living the best life and everything is good, which should be completely the opposite. And you should be talking about the
real feelings.
Exactly, the real feelings and the problems that you're going through, so someone else can step in and can help you. And this is where it comes back to the idea of our community and building this kind of bond and this kind of support and this kind of love, that everyone should be there for each other and everyone should be there for all of us to grow and for all of us to reach and achieve and be all successful. Not just to push everyone away and to be just the only, be successful, but also help other people behind. Because the more they're successful, the more you're gonna be also successful. So it's like, it's a machine, it's a circuit that goes, and when it stops somewhere, it starts breaking a lot of parts that you don't see them happening.
Well, I mean, this is something that I've had a conversation with all the guys like that we have around us and the guys that I have around me, that like if one of us succeeds, we all succeed.
Yes.
If I'm doing very well, we're all doing well.
Yep.
Like I'm taking you all with me.
Yep.
If one of you does well, we're all going there together.
Exactly.
And back to your point on this community, like the importance of that community is vulnerability and like being comfortable, being vulnerable and opening up, letting down your walls to certain issues that you have and having this support group around you that you can talk to and that you can let your feelings out and be who you want to be.
Exactly.
I see too much of this fake bullshit that's social media. That's a front on what you want your life to look like, but when you put down your phone, you're miserable. Yep. And when you put down your phone, you don't even have a friend you can text or call or speak to, but you have 15,000 followers on social media, but not one of those persons gives a shit about you. And it's so important, this stigma of conforming to what people want you to do and not doing what you want to do.
It's creating a wall.
I've always said that putting up that wall for you is setting yourself up for failure. Because whether you have 500 followers or 100,000 followers, the importance is that you're doing what you love and you're doing something that you want to do. Whether that be something that's something that's accepted by everyone or not. People will accept you and start to accept you when you're happy. And if they don't, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Like, when did the approval of your followers become an importance? And that's like the thing that mind blows me, because when I look back to, like, I'm 26. When I look back to when I was growing up and I was 13, 14, 15, 16 and like in school and working and doing my thing, I didn't go to university, but kind of like through that route, I don't remember being that attached to this and attached to what social media like portrayed what was important to be. And like the conversations need to be had with the younger generation of like what's real and what's fake about these personalities that these people follow. That's why like I respect so much like Justin Bieber, what he did by coming out and being honest and vulnerable about how he was feeling, what he was going through, to open up and basically let everyone know that it's not all like roses and fun and happiness, when in reality, like, he was miserable, there was a lot going on, and he was a vulnerable kid that was put into a situation and didn't really know how to handle it. And I feel like that's happening more and more and more and more, and there's no real outlet for people to speak.
Yeah, and this is what people should start looking up to and say, okay, that means if someone like Justin Bieber was suffering from all this, with all the success he did and with all the things that he's been through and all the money that he made and all this, and he still suffered from all this and he had this miserable life, then you should start thinking and saying, okay, do I have a problem? Where's the problem? And stop just hiding there, because there's no more interaction. There's no more human interaction. Texting, I can text whatever I want through social media. I can put whatever I want. I can send messages, love messages, funny messages. And on the other side, I can be crying because no one sees this. There's no more
human interaction.
Exactly. We lost this and we keep on losing it more and more and more and more, because everything now is through like all the young posting 10,000 people as their brothers. But it's not true. And the problem is that when it's going to happen that you're going to have a problem and you're going to need one of those brothers to be there for you and you're going to find no one. And at this time, it's going to be a shock, and this time it's going to be painful, and this time you're going to be hurt, and this time you can get any illness for mental health or whatever. But this is where the stage is, and this is what goes to, and why should we let it go to this far before starting to hold it back before it goes to being an illness or someone gets sick because he's a kid. So when he starts seeing around him that no one is there and no one cares about him, he's gonna feel bad and he's gonna start having problems in the near future. So this is something very important that no one talks about and no one thinks that it is that important, because also they don't go through it.
That's the whole point, and that's the whole thing behind a community. And that community is all the people that are around you. And I've experienced it, I know you've experienced it, especially in the industry that we both work in, that there are a lot of not genuine people that are around us.
Yeah.
And they act like they're your best friend. They call you out and make sure you know that they did this, and this for you when they really did nothing.
Yeah.
And then basically cling on to you like they're your best friend, but then when shit goes bad, they're nowhere to be found.
They don't even know you.
They don't want to help you. They don't want to be there for you. They're not there to talk to you. They're not there to listen if you have something going on. And that's like, for me, that's why I've done like multiple cleanups in my life in 26 years of friends, of people that are around me, and people that I'm gone from friends to acquaintances with, that I see them once in a while and it's cool, but you know, like, they're not in my close circle because I know that if I really need them, they're not there. and that's just reality of it.
Yes, it is, because I used to care about a lot of people and spend a lot of time giving calls and texting and this and that to other people that after a while I started seeing that they don't even care. And I for example, if I call you once a month, if I call you twice, and then if I leave you 3-4 months, you never call, you never just send a message, say what's up. So why should I waste my time when I can waste it on something, it's not going to be waste, but to use my time on something more efficient and something that it's better for me, for my life, for my work, for this and that, rather than spending it on people. I don't care spending it on people that are really like worth the time that I'm spending it on them. Even I always put my friends, my family, everything before anything else in life. But still, it's like there's things that you have to look into and like say, okay, is it worth it that I do it? Is it, what should I do? I have to choose and put my priorities properly. And this comes with experience and this comes with time. But we're here to tell this to people so they can start thinking about it before than getting trapped in what we got trapped in and what we experienced with the people that we thought they were the closest people to us and as a family and this and that. The minimum that you weren't even waiting for it because you thought that it was normal, that if you do something, someone supports you. And then you find out that all the people around you and the closest people that you have in your life are not supporting you, and the others that are supporting you are people that you've met once or twice, and people, even some of them, they don't even know you, but they're supporting because they're genuine, they're like
real people that care.
And they care about, and they want to support people, and they want to give people help and support and love, and this what we need in the community and we need with the people that we surround ourselves with. Because other than that, it's a waste of time, it's negativity that it's gonna always, and you're never gonna feel it if you don't think about it and say, okay, I'm always like, I have a problem, I always have something in me that it's not working properly.
Negative energy.
Exactly. That you have to check the people around you and check who's there to, and start doing a zoom out and check it. And this is what happened this year, that we had the time for ourselves and to focus on ourselves and our businesses and all the things that was happening around us, because it was really fast.
The things you didn't have time to worry about.
Really fast. It was machines going on, especially people like us that own multiple businesses and work multiple jobs, and for 20 hours a day, you don't even have time for this. So it goes on with your cycle. But when you zoom out, and we had the time this year, and thank God that we did.
Yeah, to really audit
and
everything.
To watch it properly and to say, okay, what's happening there? And to put back all the logistics properly and to be organized and to say, okay, I'm wasting too much time here where I can go open a new company and open a new concept and open this and that. And this is what we need, and this is what we need to focus on to be successful and to go to the next level that we're all talking about and we're all looking to be there and to all grow and to all get to that success.
For sure. And basically, when we talk about support and we talk about the people that have supported us, whether it be now, whether it be a year ago, whether it be 5 years ago, and everything that we've done, let me tell all of you that a like, a follow, a share, a text, a phone call, a review for a small business goes a really, 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 really long way. Yeah. And we saw that in this business and in other businesses that we've started, it was kind of a surprise, the people that really were like, I'm on board, I support what you're doing. And the people we thought the closest were to us were just kind of non-existent and not there. So basically, we decided we want to build this community of people that are supportive, this community of people that have each other's backs. And once all this pandemic stuff kind of works itself out, whenever it does, we will be doing events where we bring the community together. They will be primarily fitness-based because we are a fitness brand. Group workouts, just things to bring the community together, to experience things together and meet each other and have people to talk to and start forums and start groups and create a dialogue and create a conversation, because there's a lot that we want to talk about that we can't do in one episode because it would just go on forever and ever. And we're just going to be opening a dialogue for a whole bunch of different topics. We're going to be doing these shows every single Wednesday at 2 p.m. They'll be uploaded on YouTube. They'll be uploaded on Apple Podcast, on Spotify, so you can listen to it and watch it. And basically, we want to open up a conversation on the things that we find interesting, the things that we talk about all the time, as well as different topics that we want to bring people in that are experts in that field, whether it be business, mental health, fitness and health, and everything in between. People that we think have had interesting journeys and have accomplished certain things that basically they've conquered everything they've wanted to do, and they've conquered challenges that kind of make you feel like there was too much in front of them. How did they do it? Like, how did they overcome that and defy all logic of what is possible in the realm of standards and what people think is really possible, and provide you with that information, let people tell their stories to you, and hopefully you can get value out of it, and we can just, like I said, start a conversation about the stuff that we think is important and the stuff that we think is not said enough.
Yeah, we're going to be doing interesting subject every week. And there's also very important and very sensitive subjects that no one talks about and no one likes to talk about. And also don't forget to mention for us in the comments, or send us DMs or messages about the subjects that you would like to hear about, or something that any problems that you guys have, or any things that you're suffering, either it's from a mental health illness that we can see how can we provide help, or you need help with your business, you need help with an idea, you need help with a project, and we're going to be there for you. And this is what we're doing this show, and this is why we're here together. And also, as Zach mentioned, as a fitness brand, I promise I'll lose weight so I can fit in all the Konqr fitness wear that we have, because for now I just fit in the black shorts. So this is a promise that I'm doing. So for that, we're gonna end our episode. And
once again, this is the Konqr Show. My name's Zach.
My name is Youssef. And wait for us next Wednesday at 2 p.m. for the next episode. And it's gonna be our second episode. Thank you very much. Take care.
And don't forget, this is raw, this is unedited, and this is one take. Please like the video. Please subscribe to our channel. And like Youssef said, we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.